Hello guys, we're going to continue with our series on classical economics. The first video was how classical economics responds to a recession. Okay, so I advise you to watch that if you haven't watched it, because what we're going to do is how does classical economics responds to a a booming economy. Okay, the first video was how it responds to an economy that's in a recession. The second video is how it responds to a booming economy. So let's go to our page here. Okay. Okay. This is our page. I've already drawn the SRAS and AG just to save a bit of time. Remember, where classical economics and Keynesian economics do agree. They do agree that there comes to a point when you use all your factors of production, there comes to a point where production basically will be at that particular point. Okay. Otherwise, if you go over that point, it's going to be unsustainable. So every economy reaches a point where supply is at the maximum in a sustainable way. So that's our LRAS. Okay, LRAS point, and that represents full employment. YFE. Let's actually make our page a little bit bigger. Yeah. Okay, that's much better. I don't know why I didn't do that before. Okay, so let's see what happens now. Okay, so we're now in a booming economy. So as a result, we're going to show you AD increasing. Let's just assume maybe government spending has gone up or consumption has gone up for whatever reason. It doesn't really matter. But the fact of the matter is AD shifts to the right. Okay, and if AD shifts to the right, which we'll just draw here, AD shifts to the right. Yes, you have AD comes out to AD1. And then you have the new equilibrium between SRS cutting AD1 and that is here. Okay, so you can see that that's at Y1. Now, the question some of you might be asking is, hold on a minute, I thought you said if you use all the factors of production sustainably, you can't go beyond LRS. Yes, that is the situation in most cases, in most scenarios. But you have to remember, this is the natural rate of unemployment. Natural rate of unemployment. What that literally means is that it's there are some people still available. I hope you can remember from AS economics. So there's some certain people who are technically unemployed. Okay, for example, if you think of structural, okay, structural unemployment. Okay, there's some people structural. Okay, and then you have seasonal and you have frictional. All these people are available. These are people that can still work part-time. Okay, think about structural. If you're going for courses, you're retraining, but in the evening you have spare time. Okay, and also remember, if the firm is employing more staff, because at the end of the day they're now operating a Y1, so output has increased, and they get excited because the ADs increase, maybe more consumers are coming, so they offer people extra working hours. Okay, but we're still in the short run scenario, short run situation. Hopefully you can remember, it's very, very good for firms. Why is it good for firms? Hopefully the answer you come up with is that wages are fixed in the short run. Wages are fixed. So they've managed to increase their production from YFE to Y1 without paying an increase in wages, which is fantastic for them because wages are fixed. So they can pay the same amount of wages and still increase their production. So it's a great scenario for them. As a result of AD, remember, classical economics always talks about any shift in AD is going to cause inflation. And that's one thing we'll talk about later, maybe in a later video. Any shift in AD will cause inflation. So that's P to P1. But as I've said, the situation is such that you're still in the short run scenario here. Okay, you're still in the short run scenario. When does the long run come? The long run comes in when the workers eventually realize that, hold on a minute, we're dealing with high price rises. This company's making a lot of money. We can't buy the same amount. Our purchasing power has gone. the companies, like I said, they've increased production. We're working a lot of hours, and they're making loads of money. They need to give us a pay rise. So when that time happens, then when wages become variable or flexible, that's when the long run kicks in. Okay, so think about it. Maybe they have a trade unions, or they put pressure on the firm. Eventually, the firm decides, okay, we're going to have to pay you higher wages. We're going to have to increase the wages. As a result, their cost of production goes up. Okay, so the cost of production, SRAS will shift to SRAS1 to the left. Okay, so cost of production will go up. Okay, so it will shift. So the cost of production will shift or cut here. Okay, SRAS1. So as you can see, what's happened here, cost of production has now shifted to the left. Okay, because people have been demanding higher wages, and therefore the price level is now at P2. Okay, as a result of this, but I want you to see this situation here where they've self-healed and they've gone back to YFE. They've managed to go back to YFE. As a result of cost of production going up, shifting to the left, they've actually managed to self-heal and go back to YFE. And as I've showed you there. And that's exactly how classical economics will deal with a booming economy. So that's clear. Okay, we'll do another video on the Keynesian economics. Different kind. They agree on some things, but a lot of things they disagree. Anyway, so I hope that's clear. Thank you. I shall stop this video now.